Hi everybody, I've got a further update for you. Right, my head is spiralling and not knowing which way it's going to go. Hospital mentioned behaviour charts, mentioned discharge to assess. 1 minute having mental capacity to the next not having mental capacity. It's fluctuating up and down. Discharge to assess means you are safely moved out of a hospital to a home or temporary care setting before your long-term care needs are finalised, whether she is able to go back home afterwards, where carers can support her where she lives, or if my nan can't, then needs to go into a care home 24/7. This is what this means. So not knowing which direction or way this is going to go at the moment. So at the moment it's going that direction. I just read a couple of my notes, but like I said, the ward sister's done the referral, but they might reject it, they might need more information, but the hospital are assessing my nan, watching her. She still needed an assistance in and out the bed, to the toilet. You know what I mean? She even I gave her a glass of water, and she held it, and then all of a sudden dropped. Didn't expect it, and she spilled all water down on her. And when she was at home before she was in hospital, she kept falling asleep with a cup of tea, like this, falling asleep, and the glass was tilting. I said to the ward sister, and then she said to me, basically, I said, if that was a hot cup of tea, she'd have burnt herself. This is what I said before she ended up in the hospital, obviously before the here and now. Obviously, Nan's, and what concerns me, if Nan's struggling in and out the bed and she's struggling to stand with actually she needs assistance, but before she'd be normally quite mobile. My concerns are, which the hospitals are observing, and they're going to document everything because they're feeling that my nan's not safe. Hence why this discharge to assess would be better, whether that's days or weeks, to see whether nan is then okay. It's in a care setting to see whether she's safe to come home after that, or she needs to go into a care home 24/7. So it could flip. It could go the other way around. It could be because she's got an infection, which can cause confusion. She's still on antibiotics. Me personally, I'm not an expert, but I think it's the dementia. I've known it for a while. I think it is getting worse. I'm trying not to get upset. I'm just don't know which way this is gonna go. I haven't even cried once. I'm just trying to stay positive and try not to think the worst, but it's just my head doesn't know which way this is gonna go. It could go either way. It could go back to, okay, your nan, we've assessed your nan's safe, or whatever. She's picked up now, and it could flip the other way. So at the moment, it's going in that direction, but it could go the other way. But they did say they're not going to know anything till Monday. The ward sister that's on the ward has been amazing. Not many ward sisters, in hospitals go that extra mile. I even went into her office and I spoke to her. And obviously they've got one doctor off sick and they've got another doctor covering multiple wards. And she updated me, which I'm really thankful to. But it's not knowing where this is going to go at the moment. I'm just emotional wreck. It's like I was thinking yesterday. I was thinking when they asked her if she had mental capacity, and she was delirium and very delirious, and it was just like she was drunk and all her words were slurred. It wasn't making no sense. All the words were all in different sentences, and it was just mumble jumbo, or whatever you want to call it. It just didn't make no sense. And then they obviously asked the ward sister. They did a mental capacity, and they asked her why she's in hospital. She doesn't understand why she's in hospital. They're asking her, like if she goes home, will she manage? You know what I mean? Does she know what the dangers are? Is she going to cope okay? Just questions. And she can't even retain it. She doesn't even understand it. If she doesn't understand it, she's not going to be, and she's not been able to retain it either and understand what's been said. So they've got concerns regards to that. They've done mental capacity. They can do a full mental capacity test every day if they want to. They can do it as many times as they want. They've done it 3 times and she's failed twice and passed once. So it's not knowing which way this is going, and I'm gonna go before I start crying again. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's not knowing which way this is gonna go. So yeah, I thought I'd update you. I'll keep you posted when I know any more, but yeah, I'm trying to think positive, but it's just not looking good at the moment, and it's not knowing. I'm gonna go because I'm gonna stop blubbering. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you know. I'm trying to stay positive and hopeful, but just don't know what's going to happen now. It could go back, it could flip the other way and she could come back home. They could say, oh, she's fine now, she's got capacity. You know, but they did say to me, because her mental capacity is fluctuating, they're worried if Nan comes home, is she safe? Even though her mental capacity is fluctuating, they're thinking, is she going to be safe when she goes home? So there's so many concerns and so much, without swearing, going on. It's just a minefield, really is. But yeah, I'll update you when I know more.